Truth Seekers, welcome or welcome back to Truth in Life Tarot. So in this video we are going to be going over how do you keep your strength. So for pile 1 we have the Luna Somnia Tarot with the lapis lazuli crystal. For pile 2 we have the Modern Witch Tarot with this jade ring. For pile 3 we have the Weaver Tarot and this malachite crystal. And for pile 4 we have the Light Seers Tarot and the Tiger's Eye ring. So the timestamps including the pre-shuffle is going to be down below, and I will see you guys at your pile. Bye. Hello and welcome to the pre-shuffle. So we are going to start out with the Moonology Manifestation deck. And for this reading, I'm only going to be using 3 decks, one of which I made myself. But for pile 1, how do they keep their strength? Let's see. Pile 2. Pile 3. Okay. I had a feeling there was more for pile 3. Let's see, pile 4. Okay. This is the Affirmator's Creativity Oracle deck. Okay, pile 1. Ooh. Oh, that was too many. Okay, let's see. Pile 1. I feel like I ended up with the exact same number that I had before and I put it back. Oh well, I'm taking all of them. Pile 2. Okay. Pile 3. Okay, and pile 4. Let me see if there's any more for pile 4. Okay. So this is my handmade deck. I just made it out of like index cards. So if you've been on my channel before, this is not the first time you've seen this deck. But let's see for pile 1. That was a lot. Oh, that was too much. Okay, if next, I'm not gonna be picky with it. If like a bunch wants to come out, I'm just gonna take it. Okay. Pile 2. Okay. Not that much. That was like 8. No, that was 8. That was, let's see. I'm looking more for like 4 maximum. Okay, as soon as I said that, how many? 4! Oh my gosh, pile 2. I think my last reading, pile 2 was the most interesting one there as well. Like, even during the pre-show, I was like, this pile is gonna be something else. Let's see for pile 3. Okay. And for pile 4. Okay, I'm taking all of that. That was like 5, but that's fine. Okay, that is it. That is all of my decks for the pre-shuffle, and I will see you guys at your pile. Bye. Hello, my beautiful truth seekers who picked pile 1 and this lapis lazuli crystal in the Luna Somnia Tarot. This is your reading. So, how do you keep your strength? I feel like for those of you who chose pile 1, you guys have been going through some heavy energies. The energies of the collective have been affecting you guys a lot. Even though some of you, I feel like you kind of don't want to, like you're not wanting to let the energies around you affect you. It kind of still is. But let's see. How do you keep your strength? So you have the 7 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. So far there's a message of looking on the bright side. You have the 3 of Swords. You have Judgment in reverse. You have the Fool. So it's not like ignoring the things that are making your vibration lower or the things that are getting you down, but it is more so choosing to focus on the bright side. Back of the deck energy is 2 of Cups. And what flew all the way over here is the Lovers in reverse. So let's get everything on here. And you know what? Since that was the back of the deck energy, I'll put that there. Okay. I'm gonna move this a bit. Okay, so you have the Seven of Cups, Knight of Cups, Three of Swords, the Fool, Five of Pentacles, the Lovers in reverse, Judgment in reverse, and the Two of Cups. So for some of you, this is definitely about, like, a part of what's kind of making you feel weaker has to do with a romantic relationship, a significant relationship. It could be like a situationship where, like, you don't have to have been involved with this person in the past. It's just that the energies could be there, where it's like the feelings for this person. So considering that you have the Three of Swords and the Five of Pentacles here, I really do feel like you guys have to let yourself feel it. This whole trying to ignore the bad stuff is not working for you. And even if it seems like it's working, it's not going to be working for very long. I feel like for those of you that chose pile 1, there's a it's almost like there's a part of you that as soon as you decide to kind of make that switch, you'll be free. Like, you'll be like, the things that were weighing you down and tying you will be, it's like it won't be there anymore. Because with Judgment in reverse, it's like a slate wiped clean almost. And I don't want to make it seem like you'll like forget everything and it'll be like it was never there, like the thing that was kind of making you feel weak or less than, but it's not going to have the same hold on you at all. There is also a call here to focus on the things that you have, practice gratitude. And also, I'm getting like that you should keep a good balance. So like, don't get it's like, don't do either one of those things too much. So don't stay in your sadness for so long that it's distracting and debilitating, but also do not be so optimistic, I guess, that you don't really acknowledge the sadness, because there's definitely a lot of sadness here. Like, even before the cards started falling, I was just like, okay, you guys, the collective energy is heavy on you guys. You guys could be either empaths or light workers. I feel like you guys are the type of people that just take on more. Like, you could be healers as well. I get the sense that you guys have love to give and also just like support to give. You guys are givers, my pile 1s. You guys have a lot to offer. So let's see your oracle cards. So you have full moon in Taurus, detoxify. So for some of you, the way that you are going to be able to balance is to really, it's almost like a reset. Like, it's, so let's say, for example, if you work a 9 to 5 and you don't normally take days off. Well, if you were thinking about taking a day off, taking a sick day, this is your confirmation to do it, because that's going to be the day that you detoxify and like and purify yourself. You also have last quarter moon in Capricorn, leave the past behind. So again, it's not that you should ignore what you're feeling or ignore what happened that makes you not feel strong, or makes you feel less than, or made you feel weak. It's more so that it is not healthy to hang on to it in a way that it is debilitating to you. Take what you need from the lesson and then keep it moving. And keep your head held high, because the Fool is like right in the middle of your reading, and his head is held high. And childlike innocence is another thing with this pile. I feel like it's very important to remember. When you have more of a childlike energy, you are more likely to manifest what you're trying to manifest. You are more likely to achieve your goal because you don't have such an iron grip on the outcome, and it's more likely to find its way to you. You're not unintentionally blocking it or anything like that. Especially with the Fool here, that is something you guys might want to look into, especially in terms of your strength. Last quarter moon in Scorpio, reveal what needs to be seen. So again, for some of you, I feel like I should put that over here. For some of you, there is a part of this sadness that you're not, like, you haven't fully explored it yet. Maybe you're scared that, like, once you open the door, or like the dam, then like all the water, like all the sadness is going to come through, and you think it'll be too much. But you really need to work through that. Work through your shadows. If like you've been thinking about shadow work, this is another confirmation, like, yes, do your shadow work. Know thyself. So for your affirmative card, you have several. You have forgiveness. I forgive myself unconditionally for any and all shortcomings, imperfections, foibles, fumbles, flops, or failures of my present, past, and chances are, to be honest, future. I might not be perfect, but I am a perfect being, and I will continue to be perfectly imperfect with all the joy and acceptance I can possibly muster. Giddy up. So more about like looking on the bright side, and also forgiving yourself. Now, forgiveness, it doesn't necessarily mean for things that you've done. It could be for things that you haven't done. It could be for anything. Forgiving yourself is really important when it comes to shadow work. It's important for life in general. Like it's really important for like every facet of life, to be able to leave the past behind and just kind of take what you need. But in order to leave the past behind, you really have to forgive yourself. And I feel like for some of you, this, like, the way that you are having to forgive yourself is not necessarily in, like, from the outside looking in. Like, you might tell someone that you have to forgive yourself for blank, and I feel like the other person would be like, what? Like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, why would you feel like you need to forgive yourself for that? But you know that something wasn't quite right, and you need to forgive yourself for that. And it's okay. Like, it's okay if you didn't see something or you didn't know something, because that's how we learn. You guys got like 6 of these cards. Unicorn voice. So it says, my voice is unique to me. The things I make and say and do are totally, wonderfully, only one under the sunderfully me. Even the way I draw a single dot is unique to me. Even the way I whistle a song or make a sandwich or sign a birthday card for my ex. See? Because isn't that just so me? So imagine how fantastically fun it will be to see this me be me when unleashing something creatively. Want to see? So if you've been meaning to do something creative, something with your own voice, something that is uniquely you, or something that, you know, is yours, do it. Do it. I feel like you guys, there's like a lot of confirmation here for you guys. I feel like there's like these little hits here. And when you get a hit, like when you get a confirmation, a synchronicity, you need to pay attention to that. I'm sorry, I'm just like wiggling this whole camera. Let me see. Can I? No, I'm gonna leave it. Okay, I'm gonna try not to bump it anymore. You have open mind. I keep an easy breezy open mind, knowing that inspiration often pops up in unlikely places. Rather than write off new experiences as not for me, I'll lean into them with all my might and dare people, places, and things to surprise me. If the surprise is welcome and or head spinning, it might just change my life. And if it's not, well, at least I'll get a good story out of it. So I'm going to put that right here over unicorn voice, because I feel like that's just another, like, I feel like they go together in that in order to like really get the most out of your situation, you have to be open and also, how do you say it? It's like being creative, but new experiences, like that's kind of what it is, because a lot of new experiences involve creativity in some way, shape, or form. And I feel like with this pile, it definitely is, even if it's just like a new creative way of doing something that you already did. Sorry guys, that camera bump was just getting to me. I had to fix it. Okay, so it should be good now. So hopefully I won't make a mistake and bump it anymore. But for the rest of your affirmators cards, you have luck. It's here, a package sent straight from the heavens, or dark matter for all you atheists, that's been gifted to you, dear friend, and contains many cartoonish poof. No, it contains a very cartoonish poof of luck. This magic fairy dust will stick to you for the next few weeks and align whatever unseen forces need aligning to open the creative doors you've been waiting for. Keep your eyes peeled for opportunities, connections, and wings from the universe. That's what I was saying. All these synchronicities, hinting you're headed in the right direction. So pop on your victory sash, follow the trail of good omens, and don't stop till you get to the after party. Hopefully the cheese fountain will still be going strong. Love it. I love that for you guys. So there's a lot in here about keeping the faith, accepting what is truly, like digging deep into it, like sinking your teeth into the sadness that you've been trying to avoid, but also being able to forgive yourself and also go forward with like a childlike manner, like in the full energy where you're just like free and aloof, and you're more focused on the things that you have, the luxuries that you have. Rough drafts. I honor the beauty of rough drafts, first stabs, messy trial and errors. Nothing gets unfinished unless it gets started, and everything has to start somewhere. So forget dogging my first sentence, brushstrokes, embroidered poodle. I'll give scrutiny a day or maybe a whole month off so I can go nuts on completely completing version 1.0. That's the new first move. Ta-da! Now anyone know a good editor? You guys, okay. So for some, yeah, there's something you've been meaning to start or get back to here for a lot of you. And Pal One, you need to get back on that horse. By the way, I actually thought that was a horse as soon as I said the word, but it's actually a unicorn, and you have unicorn voice here. So horses, unicorns may be significant to you. But make sure that you pay attention to that. Like the things that in the ways, I should say, that you need to get back on the horse. Awesomeness. I'm a capital A awesome, and I refuse to pay attention to anything that makes me feel otherwise. Instead, I congratulate myself for every victory, accomplishment, teeny tiny step in the right direction, because even the smallest positive action, like reading an affirmation, is evidence that I care about keeping my sweet creative juju juiced up. And isn't that just the awesomest? I love these cute little messages on these cards. So for some of you, you need like those affirmations. Like you need that to keep your strength of you. You need to keep reminding yourself of how awesome you are, of everything that you have accomplished. You need to keep your head in the clouds in that aspect. Like, it's almost like an airy, like you need to keep that part of yourself very open. And again, I keep returning to that childlike energy, because that is what is going to help you keep your strength. Believing the way children believe, and not being so stuck on the negative or the things you can't control. So you have 3 of these. I'm going to take one at a time. Knowledge and wisdom is the real power, from the Sword and Stone. I believe it was King Arthur that said that in that movie. So knowledge, more about the affirmations. Like, knowledge and wisdom is the real power. You guys have knowledge about like who you are and how to keep your strength, but I feel like it kind of gets muddled and overshadowed by all the negativity going on right now. So make sure that you keep your real power, knowledge and wisdom. You know who you are. Like, you know what you are, what you're capable of, who you are, and how awesome you are. You have Foot Pop from the Princess Diaries. Is it gonna focus? There you go. So more for the people that are the people that chose this pile but have a romantic connection that they had in mind, that could have been maybe zapping their strength or made them sad. So with that Foot Pop, for those of you who never saw the Princess Diaries or just need a refresher, what that is the main character really wants her first kiss to be with a guy, and the kiss is like so awesome that her foot pops. And what that means is that, like in those old-timey movies where the girl's foot like goes up while she's kissing him, like she like just bends her leg at the knee and then like her foot goes up. That's what the main character of that movie, Mia, wants. So imagine that. Like, literally imagine that to keep your strength. Like, imagine how awesome that would be if like you had a kiss or an experience so awesome that your foot popped, or whatever the equivalent, even if it's not romantic, whatever the equivalent of a foot pop for you would be. Imagine that, embody yourself in that feeling and live in it. So I love this. So you also have No, I Did from Mulan. Y'all can tell I was a 90s kid. Like, I have no shame. So like all these movies. So in the movie Mulan, so this is the part in the movie where it's the end of the movie. The cartoon Mulan, by the way, not the live action that came out, I think it was last year, 2021. But anyway, this is the cartoon one where it's like the end of the movie and the main bad guy is about to like kill someone else because they think that that someone else, that like some guy, he was the captain of the unit that Mulan was in, So he thought that the captain, stole his victory. And Mulan literally throws a shoe at him and says, "No, I did." And then like she puts her hair in a bun to show that like no, like it really was her, like it wasn't some guy, it was her. So I love that as the last card for you guys, because it's about strength, and it's about strength that other people around you may not even know that you have. And I feel like you might not even know that you have it, because you know, if you know the story of Mulan, she didn't set out for glory. Like her whole thing was just like keeping her dad safe. Like she just didn't want to lose any more family members. Like she just wanted to keep her family safe. That's all she wanted, and she ended up being the hero of China. So love that story, love that for you guys. So let's get into your charms. So we're gonna start out with the runes as per usual. Y'all know I love me some runes. Let's see. And some letters. Let me get one more. Okay. And last but not least, we're gonna get some charms from this huge bowl of charms. So hang on a second while I get these charms. And by the way, if you're new here, welcome. I just want to let you guys know that I'm about to pull these charms, and it may get a little loud. And I also do not look in here as I pull the charms. I just feel around until I feel like it's time for me to pull some out. Alright, let's start off with your rune. By the way, these runes are, they're made from lapis lazuli crystals, and that was your crystal as well. But this rune is Othala. Wait, can I get it in? Okay. So Othala is a rune about heritage, heirlooms, land of birth. So it's funny because we just started talking about Mulan and how she became like the hero of China when all she really wanted to do was like save her family, save her dad. So Othala is about that kind of heirloom, passing down. I guess it could be passing, yeah, passing down of property. And for your letters, you have A, X, F. You also have I, Y, and Z. So these could be initials. These could mean anything. Take it if it resonates. Leave it if it does not. You have a little fortune cookie message that says, a focused mind is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. So more about being powerful and like your mind and wisdom and knowledge. Let's see here. You have clear quartz points. So clear quartz is all about amplifying the energies around it. It's also about directing energy. Clear quartz really can be used for anything, but it is definitely about, especially because it's a point, directed and amplified energy. So you have the dream catcher here. So pay attention to your dreams. You could have been receiving messages from spirit through your dreams or from your spirit guides, or you could be at some point in the future. So make sure that you pay attention to your dreams. If you don't have one already, you may want to have either a dream journal or just a pen and paper by your bed so that you can write down what your dream was. So we also have mother of pearl crystal. So the mother of pearl crystal is a crystal about really opening yourself up to emotions. Like, it's one of those crystals that helps you really feel your emotions and work through them, but not like in a logical way, more so like in like a flowy kind of way, like in a way where it's more of a feminine way of working through your emotions as opposed to a masculine way of doing it. You also have what I call the Heart of the Ocean charm, because it reminds me of that heart from Titanic. So this is again another message for those of you who are involved in a relationship or a situationship, or you just have like something love related on the mind. So in order to keep your strength, you really have to focus on the beauty that is you. You have to always remind yourself that you are whole, you are complete, and you are awesome. Mostly, a lot of times with this charm, I get like there's always like a wholeness feeling with this charm, but also it makes me think of just like a sort of strength in it. Like there's a sort of, I almost wanted to say perfection. Like with this charm, it's more, especially in this reading, I get that it's more so to keep yourself at the forefront, and to also like to always remember to keep yourself at the forefront and keep your vibration high. Keep your heart safe and nurtured and loved. And last but not least, you have the red bell. So the bells represent the leaf, and you guys got the red one, which corresponds with fire, the root chakra, love again, passion, energy, and yeah, like go-getter energy. Like really, it could be creative energy as well, because it's like achievement type of energy. Okay. Oh, you got one more. Okay. This one went all the way over here. I almost didn't see it. So you guys have the little yellow car. So yellow represents more intellect, creativity, solar energy, the solar plexus chakra. And the car is about travel, so going forward in that energy. So more about going forward in your creative energy. That is how you keep your strength. And also yellow, there's something childlike about yellow to me as well. Like I feel like a lot of children's toys or things either marketed toward or about children have the color yellow in it. So just another confirmation, another message about embodying that childlike energy. So that is all I have for you, Pile 1. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Hit the thumbs up button if you liked it, and if you got something out of it, comment down below and let me know how I did, or if something in particular resonated with you. If you like, you can join me on Instagram, Tumblr, and TikTok. All those links will be down below, and I will see you guys soon in another reading. Bye. Hello, my beautiful truth seekers who chose Pile 2. If you chose the Modern Witch Tarot and the Jade Ring, then this is your reading. So, how do you keep your strength? I feel like you guys are already figuring out how to keep your strength. Is this reversed or? Hang on. Okay. Oh, that one almost fell. Nope, it did fall. Okay, I gotta get that one. How do you keep your strength? Okay, let me get the one that fell. Up Upright or reversed. I still can't tell. Upright or reversed. Okay. Whatever that is. Okay. I feel like you guys have already done a lot of what you need to do in order to keep your strength, or at least you know, if you haven't done it, like, you know what it is. I feel like you've managed your expectations. Like, if you were naive before, you're not so much now. Let's see. So you have the 8 of Cups, the Star in reverse, 10 of Pentacles, the Moon in reverse, 8 of Wands in reverse, the Hermit, Death, and the Hierophant. Pile 2, I feel like a lot of you have already... It's like you've had to find a different kind of strength. I get the sense that you had strength in one way and now you're having to adjust to another perspective. Like, you've had to transform it, you've had to really look within. For some of you, it was looking at either your or a different community that has helped you with this. For some of you, it was like it has something to do with like the way you digest information, ingest information. I never know how to phrase that, but you know, like how you, like, if you go on Instagram, for example, and like all you do is feel bad, then I get the sense that you guys already have like pinpointed that as the cause, and you've already kind of started to wean that out of your life so that you can keep, you know, your strength. Because if you keep looking at stuff like that, being exposed to stuff like that, then you're just like, your vibration is just going to get lower and lower, and you're not going to be able to keep your strength. You're going to feel hopeless and helpless. So some of you could be kind of returning to an old way of thinking, sticking to the tried and true. This could be in terms of manifesting. This could be in terms of learning. Some of you are definitely going back to something that you did before, or something that was done before. And I don't get the sense that this is something that is, if it's not that it hasn't been heavy or that it's not heavy now, more so that you're like on the tail end of the heaviness. So either the heaviness like has just ended for you and you're starting to like turn it around in a way where you can keep your strength by going another way, having another perspective, or you just started to kind of think like this, and so the heaviest parts of it is over because now you're turning it around. There's definitely, with the 10 of Pentacles and the Hierophant, a emphasis on community, spirituality, yeah, I feel like you guys, even like with the Star in reverse, I feel like, not that you don't have hope, it's just that you've learned to manage your expectations. And you've learned that like you had like, that you don't have to depend on certain things anymore. With the moon in reverse, okay, so this new path that some of you have taken, or like the way that you will help yourself to keep your strength, is going on a new path where you may not know where it leads. You just know that you need to be on this new path because the previous one is not working for you. So you may not even know where you're headed. For some of you, you just need to try something new. Let's see what your oracle cards are. So it says first quarter moon in Libra, keep your heart open. I'm gonna put that here. You have new moon in Gemini, think it through. So I don't remember if I said this with the star card. Like, it's not that you're like giving up on anything per se. It's just more of a new perspective, new boundaries, new way of thinking, new way of approaching a situation. I feel like you really have thought it through. I feel like a lot of the people that chose pile 2, like, you guys are well on your way to keeping and regaining your strength. A lot of the thought process has already been taken. I feel like there is a more subtle reminder to not close yourself off. So just because you're doing something new doesn't mean it has to be rigid. Make sure that you're able to flow with it, and take in new information, take in new feelings. I'm getting like that's what I'm getting with this keep your heart open. Like, make sure that you're not closing yourself off. So you have drive. You are hereby awarded an infinitude of drive, motivation, follow through, stick-to-itiveness, and any other permutation of said superfuel. You can wake up, buck up, and blast through the daily darnets to finish whatever project you've got your greasy little mitts on. Even if the luster of your once so very new and thrilling idea has lost some or a lot of its sparkle. Yes. You've now got the boost you need to just keep slogging till it's done. And the speedier, the better, so you can fall in love with the next new sweet creative thing. So for some of you, I feel like this is not for everyone that chose pile 2, but for a lot of you, a part of how you keep your strength is to keep the drive going. I feel like some of you are more of like a mellower type, but some of you definitely have like that drive and you need to keep going. You need to like keep your energy up. Sorry about the camera, which is just my phone that I like have to keep plugged up in a weird way. But yeah, so some of you are going to really have to keep your energy up, keep your drive up. And it doesn't have to be in a way where like other people can see this drive. It could be just more of an inner thing where you keep your vibration high and you keep your energy up. Let's see. You have honoring ideas. When an idea comes to me, I honor it by doing my best to bring it into being. Ideas are like children, and I proudly nurture them, knowing they'll grow and develop and eventually make their way out into the world without ever really acknowledging how much time, money, love I shelled out for them. Hey, whose idea was it to have these ideas anyway? So make sure that you nurture the ideas that come to mind. I feel like that really goes with this drive card really well, where when you have something that needs to come out, whether it be an idea, something creative, whatever spark comes to mind, one of the ways that you keep your strength is to not let that spark die. So instead of thinking about like a star losing its light or anything, think of more so I almost want to say like one star dim, but another one shines brighter. So it's more like a transformation, or like transfer of energy, I should say. So like you're taking your energy from one and giving it to another. Bravery. I may not be a full-blown Gryffindor, but I've got my own brand of bravery. I'm brave enough to show up and try. I'm brave enough to share stuff I make even when I worry that other people's stuff is better. Yes, definitely. So honor your ideas, even though you may think that what you have to bring to the table isn't like the best and that there's someone out there that does it better than you. Who cares? Do it anyway. It's not a competition. Like, what you have to offer, your ideas, your drive, the world needs it. Like, get it out there. Like, that is how you keep your strength. Don't tell yourself otherwise. And I'm brave enough to stop anxiety scrolling. Sorry, Instagram, even if that's my go-to habit. Thanks, Instagram, because comparison bites. You hear me, Instagram? Hashtag bravery takes courage. So I don't remember if it was this pile or pile one that I was saying, like, maybe if you're on Instagram, for example, and like something, and you like compare yourself to another person, then you need, no, I think it was this pile, that you need to like take a break from that. Yeah, especially, yeah, and it fell right under that card too. So in this card you have like a woman like closing her laptop. Let me show you guys this card, and then the bravery card with this computer, this rat about to smash this computer is right under it. Okay. So you guys got two more of these affirmators creativity cards. Imagination. I revel in the wondrous, mysterious, most beauteous power of my imagination and let it whisk me away on a right-brained romp through all things nonsensical. Seuss plus Wonka style. I am an off-road adventurer playing in an upside-down, glow-in-the-dark woods of possibility. And there is no here, only whoa and flow. And holy moly, here we go. Was there something in that brownie? These cards are a trip. With all the references and everything. So, I like how that was right next to the drives, too. Because, like, the way I lay these cards out, they're kind of random-ish in that I don't do it in any specific way. Sometimes, especially with the tarot, I'll do it like the way they fall out, but sometimes I don't do it what's the word, sequentially. And the same thing with the oracle card. Sometimes I'll put one here, then here, then here, then here, and this one just happened to fall right next to drive. So if you've got something, if you've got something baking in the oven, like, this is not the time to hold back on that. This is the time to be brave, honor your ideas, honor your imagination, honor the adventurer in you that is longing to adventure. Like, if it's something that you need to do, if it's something that needs to be out, like shown and expressed, then do that. Life is art. I see my entire life as a work of art, and I choose to be the artist creating it, rather than sit around as a passive audience member. I pick up a pen and write my own story. This means that every day is an act of creation, as I constantly strive to be the sort of hero who fearlessly follows their bliss. Another card about strength here, and bravery. So that means every day is an act of creation, as I constantly strive to be the sort of hero who fearlessly follows their bliss, curates beautiful, non-toxic relationships, and almost always resist having a donut. So yeah, for this pile, I feel like you guys, one of the ways that you keep your strength is to keep going, keep doing what you know to do, what you've been called to do, what you've felt a pull to do. Even if you haven't done it yet, you can still do it. But for those of you who have already started, keep doing it. Don't stumble and fall. That's not to say that you can't take a break if you don't need it, but don't let yourself get lost in that break. Get lost in the rest, in the stop, in the pause. Let's see. You guys also have Ba Sing Se. I don't think that's going to focus. Let's see. That's a bit better. Yeah. Okay, so this card is about, it kind of has like Seven of Swords energy. It's like to be careful of the way that you think of things, and to just be careful for like kind of snakes in the grass in general. So with this card, I really do think of be careful of the way you think of things. Like, don't necessarily put anything on a pedestal or be so kind of single-minded, one-track minded. Make sure that you keep your heart open, keep possibilities open, think it through. Definitely don't be so fixated on like one spot that you can't see, or that you're not even allowing yourself to wonder about what is going on around and within a certain situation, a thing, person, place, anything. So you also have Who Are You? Black Panther. There you go. So that is one of the main questions that movie asks. Who are you? So Pal 2, who are you? Asking yourself that question is going to help you keep your strength, because I feel like you guys have a strong sense of who you are, even if sometimes you don't know what to do or how to do it. You know who you are deep down. Yeah, like I don't feel like that's a question with Pal 2. Like y'all know. You have The Rest Is Still Unwritten. Natasha Bedingfield. Why is this not wanting to focus? Okay, I got it. So your story is not over yet. There are still things that you need to do, like stuff that needs to get done. Like there are things that don't even have to do with you that you have to do and get it done. So more about that drive. Like keep that drive, keep that motivation. For some of you, it's because not everyone is going to have to do something creative. Sometimes it's just something that you need to do, something that's important to you, or something. Oh wow, look at I just peeked at this card. It says just do it. But yeah, so some of you have things that you just need to do. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Whether it's create something involving creativity or not, just do it. And I'm going to show you guys this card. This is your last card. Just do it. Need I say more? Like, stop the procrastinating, stop the wondering. A lot of you are already well on your way, but some of you really need like that kick in the pants. Some of you really need that reminder. And I feel like you're going to need this reminder more so after you get through this beginning transition, because some of you, as I was saying in the beginning of the reading, some of you are more so at the beginning of a transition, and some of you are like a bit further along, but you're still gonna need these reminders. So if you guys want to like write these down for your affirmations, please do so, but you need to keep your drive, and that is how you're going to keep your strength. So let's get you guys some runes. And some letters. and some charms from this humongous charm bowl. So if you're new here, hi, welcome. So I'm going to just shuffle my hand around in here until I feel like it's time to take out some charms. I don't actually look in here as I'm pulling these charms out, but I just shuffle around until I feel like it's time to pull some out. So I'm going to pull some out. Alright, so first off is your rune, Agalas. So this is a rune about wrath, uncontrolled forces, also hail. It's a rune associated with chaos in a way, like controlled crisis, like leading to completion, like the tail end. Yeah, this rune, like, it also reminds me of like inner harmony as well, but take that how it resonates. So you guys have for your letters D, Y, J, and you also have O and Q. You have this little fortune cookie message that says your skills are needed by others at this time. I told you, I think I said that earlier on. Sometimes, like, when I'm channeling, because I don't necessarily need like tarot cards or oracle cards to channel, but sometimes I'll like channel and I'll say something, and once it's out there, it's like I forget what the heck I just said. So you guys have, oh my gosh, you guys have the Queen and the King. That is so cool. So the Queen and the King, so with these charms, I'm gonna start off with the with the King. So the King is powerful but needs to be protected. So I think of like king energy as in like well developed energy, but also, especially because these are chess pieces, so I'm thinking of it both in terms of like tarot and the way we think of like kings and queens in general, but also just chess pieces. So the king can only move like one space at a time. So it's not like the other main pieces that like aren't pawns where they can like zip across the board. And the king always needs to be protected because once the king is down, the game ends. So I feel like this is more so a message of know where your strength is and like know what needs to be protected in your space, in your aura, in your life, in your mind. Like, just make sure that you keep the things that you keep an eye on, the things that need to be protected. And also with the Queen, and it's right, overdrive. So you guys are gonna have to be in that Queen chess piece energy where you like zip across the board and do the things that need to be done, because the Queen doesn't really have, the Queen can go whichever way she wants. Like there's no, it's not that there's no rules with the Queen, it's just that the rules apply a lot less for her. Like that is how she gets from A to B. It's like she just has that freedom. So a part of your drive is moving from where you are, from where you need to go to. No hesitation, nothing holding you back. You just do it. You just do it. So you guys also have, oh, you have the card keys too. Okay, hang on, I'll get to that. Okay, so let's see that. So you guys have the Venus symbol. So that is, Venus is a planet of love. It also rules Taurus and Libra. So someone here could be a Taurus or a Libra, or just be enveloping that energy. So more feminine energy because you have the Queen here. And this is also an energy of love, compassion, but also like indulgence, like materialistic almost energy. So you have the number 6 and 9. You have the 6 die here. And you have the 9 here. So 6, 9, you could be a Cancer as well. So numerology 6 is about balance, compassion, being helpful, responsible. Yeah, and then 9 in numerology, it's like the closing, not like the close, but like the closing of something. It could be like open-minded, like being prepared for another start, but also like confidence. Could be aloofness as well, because sometimes that is a part of like the end of a manifestation, or like something that is about to be closed off. But it could be idealistic and political as well. So you have the, I'm going to start off with the car key. So you have the car key. So this is about movements, fast movement, and also movement that is from your direction. Again, drive here, you got the car keys. It's crazy with all these synchronicities. So you guys have to remember that like you hold the keys. You can go where you need to go. You can do what you need to do. This knowledge and this drive is how you're going to help yourself keep your strength. So we also have the silver bell. This is more feminine energy. I have a gold bell as well, and that reminds me more of solar energy. So the silver one reminds me of the moon energy, like more of that lunar energy. I also think professionalism in a way, like because I think of like gray and how like chrome actually, and how that kind of, that's like a professional color. But also silver is a color of receptivity in a way, like receptivity, feminine energy, success, because gold and silver are both about success and abundance and wealth. And you did have the 10 of Pentacles upright. So that is all I have for you, pal 2. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you liked it, please give this video a thumbs up and comment down below. Let me know how I did. If you would like, you can join me on Instagram, Tumblr, or TikTok, because I post on those so on my social media accounts over there as well. And I will see you guys soon for another reading. Bye. Hello, my beautiful truth seekers that chose pile 3. So if you chose the Weaver Tarot and this Malachite crystal, then this is your reading. So how do you keep your strength? Pile 3. Alright, you have the 3 of Cups in reverse. Upright reverse and upright reverse. So this one is reverse. That one was upright. So 6 of Swords and the 4 of Wands in reverse. I'm sorry, 4 of Swords in reverse. I feel like so far this is saying not to worry too much and to be willing to walk away even from relationships that you've had for a while, like long-standing friendships. Okay, some fell. Let's see what those are. Let's see if you have any more. Okay. Let me get the some that fell. Oh, wow. Okay, and these both fell upright, so I'm gonna keep them upright. And I forgot to get the back of the deck energy. Okay. Okay. So you have the Three of Cups in reverse, the Six of Swords, the Four of Swords in reverse, the Two of Cups, the Lovers, the Five of Pentacles in reverse, and the Three of Wands at the back of the deck. So pile 3, I would not be surprised if you guys had a trouble with a relationship, especially with the Two of Cups and the Lovers here. I feel like by walking away from something, you will actually make it better. There is something about an expectation here. And by detaching yourself from that situation, or, detaching yourself from the expectation, you're going to make the situation better. Either because you'll be in a better place, or because the situation will like work itself out. There's a call for patience here. With the Three of Wands, I'm also getting like this that your energy right now should not be based on like a whole lot of movement, even if you're moving like in a mental way. I feel like this is saying to mind your energy. Yeah, like focus on being in recovery mode. Like when the Five of Pentacles is in reverse, I think of recovery from a time where you maybe didn't feel worthy, or just a bad time in general. Possibly a bad time where something may have been going on emotionally, but it also affected your physical health. Or it could be vice versa, but I feel like for most of you it's going to be something very much mental that may or may not affect you physically. So in order to keep your strength, you have to focus on not necessarily what's causing it. Like you have to create a kind of detachment from that. And that's not to say that you should ignore it or accept things that are not for you, or that are bad for you, or hold you back in any type of way. It's more so to not focus your attention on it so much. I feel like you want, like with this Three of Cups reverse, I feel like you want things to be like all peachy, and to have everything look good and feel good at all times. But with it reverse, it can't be, for whatever reason, it can't be like that right now. So in order to keep your strength, you have to let that go. I'm actually going to show you guys. I'm going to hold it up so you can see it, because I know these cards are really hard to pick up on camera, especially after I lay them down. So I'm going to try to see if you guys can get a better look at these cards. Before I move on to the oracle cards. Okay, so let's see what your oracle cards are. Okay, you have first quarter moon in Aquarius. Trust the universe. Trust the universe. I feel like a lot of times in the collective, there are a lot of people that insist on holding on to either something that they have or a mindset, and like it's to the point where there's really no room for change. And this is another call to let that go and really trust the universe. Like, you can't know and control everything, so let it go. Sometimes, like, I'll like in my own life, I'll think of something where it's hard to let go, and one of the ways that I combat that is to say that's none of my business. Like, whatever's going on over there that I can't see, or that I can't well, it's not that I can't see it, it's that I don't know everything that I think I want to know. I'll say to myself, you know what, that's not any of my business. Like, I'm not even gonna stress myself over that. You also have full moon in Aquarius. See the bigger picture. You have full moon in Pisces. Forgive. So a lot of this letting go has to do with forgiveness. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting. I feel like a lot of people see the words forgive and or forget, and they think it means the same thing, or they think it means both. Forgive means forgive, forget means forget, and you are being called to forgive, and a lot of times that is forgiving yourself for getting, quote unquote, getting yourself into the situation, or letting things go past their expiration date. You know, take it as it resonates, but focus on forgiveness when it comes to actual healing, not necessarily forgiving. I'm sorry, forgetting, because if you forget, then how are you going to learn the lesson? You also have full moon in Virgo. Take inspired action. So for you guys, your inspired action might look like doing things that are more healthier, doing things that are more for you and not for anyone else. It could be just saying no, it could be walking away. Because I feel like your strength is zapped by this situation. Like, I feel like you cannot be strong and stay where you are at the exact same time. There is a call for movement, not like this, like, I'm not seeing like some sort of drastic move, but a move nonetheless. I feel like a lot of people that chose this pile are not moving at all. Like, at the time that you're watching this, there's not a whole lot of movement. This is just a call to like get the ball rolling, so you don't have to do anything drastic per se. New moon in Leo. Shine. So yeah, don't let this dim your light. Don't let this become a part of kind of how you define yourself, because that can be tricky too. Like, a lot of times when people are going through something, they will start to identify themselves with the situation. So if this is a romantic situation, you may be saying to yourself that you are unworthy, or you are unlovable, or something like that. And that is not the case at all. Just because you are going through something doesn't mean that that situation is who you are. Like, those are two totally different things. This is, and not to diminish this in any way, but it's like a phase, a chapter that you need to go through. But that one chapter, that one phase is not who you are. Like, when you're reading a book, you read the entire book to understand what happened in the story. There will be certain chapters and moments that stick out to you, but that's not what the book is. Like, there's a lot more. Room at the top. I recognize that life isn't a competition, and there's plenty of room at the top. Phew, that's a relief. When I see someone crushing it, I've got no reason to be jealous or worried. Instead, I cheer them on like a face-painted soccer mom, and quite possibly use their picture on my very detailed stalker-adjacent vision board. So if you're seeing people around you that are doing better than you or that appear to be stronger than you, don't take that as a knock against you. Just strive to be strong in the way that you need to be strong. And if you can use that person as an inspiration, use them as inspiration. The way that they shine, and that, yeah, right next to shine, the way that they shine has nothing to do with, like, it's not like when they shine, you become more dimmer. Like, they can shine and you can shine. You can use their shine for yourself. You can use it for inspiration. You can use it to lift yourself up. You can even do that for people that just kind of want to shine, but they like they want to brag about it. Like, you can even use that for people who don't want to lift you up. You can still use that as inspiration for yourself to shine. Sometimes it's hard. I accept that the creative process is not always easy. I know art doesn't magically rain down from the sky while artists lay around on beanbag chairs and muse about sitar music. Making something from nothing is sometimes very hard, and that's okay. I'm happy to roll up my sleeves and slog through the hard parts, knowing that it'll be a whole lot harder to live an uncreative life. So for some of you, the way that you process negative emotions, or the way that you kind of go through the hurdles of life, is through something creative or through expression in some way. And I feel like that's very important. Some people, they engage in a hobby that's not very expressive, and although those kind of hobbies aren't bad in and of themselves, they don't achieve the same goal sometimes. So for you guys, those of you who chose pile 3, you need some sort of outlet, because it's hard, like, no one's like diminishing like what you're going through. Like, no, sometimes it is just hard, point blank, period. So one of the things that you can do to kind of ease the process a bit is to delve more into your creative side. If you have a keyboard in your bedroom that you haven't played in a while, go ahead and start playing it. Go ahead and start learning. Go ahead and try to kind of invoke that part of yourself so that you can use it as a part of your healing process. And I feel like for those that chose this pile, there's going to be like a range of like how this reading is going to hit. Like, for some of you, I definitely feel romance related, and for others I feel like it's more broad, where it's the same type of principle of something has made you feel less than, and it's kind of hard to keep your strength, and you have not been really moving at all, but there is a call from spirit to move, not necessarily in a drastic way where it's like you're doing something that everybody can see all at once, but you're still moving in a way that is meaningful. For some of you, it's going to be by being creative, by expressing yourself. For others, it's going to be more of a mindset where, like, let's say you have a vision board and you start putting things on your vision board, like you start changing your mindset so that you can shine in your own light and it's not for anyone else but you. Okay, you also have Eat My Shit from the movie The Help. So, I love this quote. For those of you who have seen this movie, you know what that quote, like, you know the significance of that quote, but pretty much for the people that get you down, for the people that are just malicious towards you, for the people that are just evil, tell them to eat your shit. Like, tell them to F off. I feel like some of you are like a bit hesitant to like stand up for yourself in that way, but it's like, no, some of you have to create a sort of offense, if you will. I was gonna say barrier, but that's not quite right. Like, you need offense, because for some of you that chose this pile, there is someone like actively dimming your light. Like, there is someone or something that is like actively trying to get you down, and you have to be able to tell that person, that thing, that whatever, no, like, eat my shit, fuck off, go over there, you're not taking away my peace anymore. You also have Temet Noske, which means know thyself. So, if you remember in the movie The Matrix, the first time Neo visits the Oracle, this saying, this Latin saying, was above her door. So, know thyself. I think Pal 2 had a similar message to that as well, where it's like, it's really, so some of you may want to go back and watch that pile, but with this saying, it's like you really need to know who you are. I feel like you guys are not as deep into knowing yourselves as you kind of want to be, but this is a call to really keep in the back of your mind, who are you as a person? Because as I was saying earlier, this situation does not make you who you are. Like, it is a part of your book, your life, your experience, but this one moment, this one experience is not who you are. So you have to really think and like look inside yourself and have a good foundation of who are you. And that's going to take work. Like, you have cards that are like pointing to the fact that you don't need to do anything drastic, but don't get it twisted, you do have to work. Like, work needs to be done in order for you to keep your strength. Okay, let's get you guys some runes. Okay, and some letters. One more. Okay, and some runes. I mean, not runes, some charms. So if you guys are new here, hi, welcome. So some of you who have been here before, you know that I had a much smaller charm box, but now I'm using this big one because I have bigger charms, and I don't look in here as I'm pulling the charms. I just shuffle around until I feel like it's time to take out a handful or whatever charm I feel like is calling out that needs to be brought out. So I'm gonna shuffle around and get you guys some charms. Hang on. Okay, so let's start off with your rune. You have Solo. So this is a rune that represents the sun. It is about success, goals, honor. So that makes me think of know thyself as well, because a lot of knowing yourself, like you have to know your integrity and hold a certain kind of integrity. I feel like they kind of go hand in hand. Like, I feel like it's really hard to know yourself and not have that honor and integrity. It is also about, oh no, wait, is this, I always get this one confused. Oh no, this is AWAS. So this is actually about strength, reliability, trustworthiness. Okay. So AWAS is more about, I would say, not so much honor, although reliability, when it comes to like getting yourself out of a situation, you do have to have that honor and integrity as well. But it's also about like dependability, really just a reliance on, in this case, a reliance on yourself, and that you will get through this, and also in your case, the universe. To actually trust the universe. Let's see. It also represents the yew tree, so that might be significant to some of you. And it is also a rune of strength. So another message to really kind of hone in the fact that you have to keep your strength. And it's going to be uncomfortable for some of you. Like, some of you aren't really all that like, you don't like going against the grain in some way, shape, or form, but in order to get that success, you gotta do that. Like, you gotta do some things that will make you uncomfortable. So for your letters, you have H-A-H, D, and B. You have the number 4 dice, and the number 6, and the number 11. So 4, 6, 11, 3 different ways you got that here. You got dice, oh no, well, technically still dice, but still. That is interesting. You have the moonstone. So the moonstone is a stone about like uncovering. It's like really not uncovering per se, but digging deep into your mind, your psyche, the unknown, your shadow side. And it's also about like really comforting yourself in that way, to not necessarily think of your shadows or like the things that you don't like about yourself as like a bad thing that needs to be hidden or stopped or anything like that, but more so like really honoring it in a soothing way. Kind of like how you would approach and interact with your inner child. Like, to really be soft with yourself and not be too hard on yourself, but at the same time doing the hard work that comes with shadow work and that comes with healing. And see, you also have the car keys. So I feel like you guys are going to be, there's movement here, and I really feel like, okay, so take this as it resonates, but for some of you it's going to be more so, I feel like for a smaller number of you it's going to be more so like a physical movement. For most of you, I feel like it's more like energetic or mental, or like changing the way you think, or like changing little things up, like like the vision board, or like cleaning and stuff like that. And then for others of you, there's going to be like some sort of physical movement. So take that as it resonates. If it doesn't fit with your situation, then don't make it fit. But if it does, then really think on that and trust the universe. Like, ask the universe for help. It's okay to ask for help. And I really feel like when you guys let go in that way, that you're going to be successful anyway. You also have this letter G here. And you have the knights. So the knight in chess does not move in like a single way. It makes like an L shape whenever it moves. So when you guys move, it may not be straightforward. Like, you may not move exactly where you want to go. Like, it's not going to be like one step for some of you. So be patient. Remember that your movement, your healing does not have to be linear, as long as you are moving in the right direction. That's really all you can hope for. And there is no like rush. It's okay. You don't have to be a perfectionist or anything like that. Yeah, just be easy on yourself. Take inspired action, but make sure that you take time to soothe yourself and to tell yourself kind things, and make sure that you are not letting other energies, people, places, situations hold you back from keeping and gaining more strength. Let's see. So 1111, you guys may have been seeing repeated numbers. Well, I said 1111, but I really meant like 11, but either way, you could have been seeing repeated numbers. And with the number 6 and 4 here, so six to me is, and you also got the lovers here, it's a number of balance. In numerology, it's also about like caring and self-sacrifice and stuff like that, helpful energy. The number 4 is like about dependability, like with the rune, trust, like problem solving, almost like manager-y. Like I'm getting emperor. What else? So lastly, you have the green bell. So the bells represent belief. So again, have like trust and belief that everything's going to turn out well. I really feel like you guys, some of you may feel like daunting, like the task ahead is daunting, but I feel like even though it's going to be hard work, it's not going to be as terrible and as painstakingly terrible as you guys might think it's going to be. So make sure that you keep your vibration high, your head held high. So the color green corresponds with the heart chakra, money, wealth, luck. It also corresponds with the earth elements. Yeah, I feel like, and growth. I feel like you guys are growing in a way that will make you stronger. Like the way that you keep your strength and the way that you move through this now, it's going to be the base of your future. So it's really important to keep your strength, and it's really important to remember, well, to know and then remember who you are. So yeah, I think that is all I have for you. Again, I want to call attention to that again, to really know yourself, to really, one of the ways that you keep your strength is to really know yourself. I felt like repeating that again. So thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you liked it, please give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, and let me know how I did. If you would like, please join me on Instagram, Tumblr, and TikTok, because I post readings and helpful information over there as well. And I will see you guys soon in another reading. Bye. Hello, my beautiful truth seekers that chose pile number 4. So this is the Light Seer Tarot and the Tiger's Eye ring. So how do you keep your strength? So we have the Hanged Man, yeah, the Three of Cups in reverse and the Ace of Swords in reverse. It's funny, pile 3 got the Three of Cups in reverse, almost in that same position. I think it was the first card to come out for them. So far, I feel like this is saying to chill out and stop being so focused on either other people or like, oh, Hang on, that one almost fell. This is like redirect focus energy. See if I can get one more, and then I'll take the back of the deck energy. Okay, Queen of Cups. So you got the Queen and King of Cups here. Back of the deck energy is Temperance. Okay. And also you got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So you have the Hanged Man, the Three of Cups in reverse, Ace of Swords in reverse, King of Cups in reverse, Page of Pentacles in reverse, Queen of Cups upright, and your back of the deck energy was Temperance. So pile 4, I feel like you guys have been like you've been carrying too much. I feel like it's been stressing you out. And for some of you, this is going to be carrying too much in terms of like taking on things from other people. And for others of you, it's going to be like just in more like a mental way of taking on too much. Like you want to do this and that, and like there's not enough time for this and that, and you just feel overwhelmed. So in order for you to keep your strength, like you have to let that go. You see, like the only upright cards, not including the back of the deck energy, are cards of like people just chilling. Like in this picture, like she's just hanging out. Like she actually looks like she's like resting, but at the same time having fun. Like there's not seriousness at all in this picture. It's a total change in perspective. And in this one, you see how her hands are up? It's like she's giving up in prayer, just like letting it go, focusing on healing. She's in water. There's a cup right in front of her. So that's not to say that you should like just not care about anything, but for this pile in particular, in order to keep your strength, you have to find a balance. Because you're taking on like a lot at this time. You see, it looks like there's like the moon and the sun there. Balance. I feel like you guys need to know that it's okay if you focus more on yourself. Self-love, self-caring, self-healing. It's okay if what you do isn't necessarily for other people. Especially if you have not come to that state of balance yet. You will probably have to start off just thinking of yourself for a while, calming down for a while, changing your perspective, and then you will be able to balance yourself and like your own needs plus everything else that you have to do. So yeah, for some of you it's like other people that's kind of has your energy like this or your mind like this, where that is where your time is spent. This could be something you're new at, or something that you have not been doing for a while with this Page of Pentacles here. It could be like just too much for you because you're trying to like, maybe you're trying to start new things within the things that you've already been doing, but that's a part of the struggle here. And even like with the King of Cups, when the King of Cups is upright, it's like the energy of a person who is full of emotions and they know how to manage those emotions. And when it's in reverse, it could be like manipulation energy, but it's also just a person that is not like, they're not in control, like things are all over the place. And with the masculine energy as well, you guys may have been wanting to take on like a lot of things. You could be the only person that has to do certain things, so you've had to take on more of a masculine role, and it's just not going like the way you want it to go. But you have the feminine, you have the Queen of Cups upright, and her hands are up like this, like she's just like you see her expression here, like it's kind of just like, okay, like this is not It's like I gotta take a break. Like, this is not where I wanted to be right now. So let's see what your oracle cards are. You guys have Full Moon and Gemini. Embrace the flow of life. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Pile 4. Embrace the flow. There's a lot of you trying to go against the current. A lot of you trying to just control everything. Embrace the flow. And even in this picture, like, their hands are up. Looks like maybe in prayer. Take a walk. Yoo-hoo! If you've drawn this card, your muses are gently and sweetly screaming at you to put down whatever it is you're working on. Oh my gosh, we were just saying that. That's right, it's okay. Set it down and slowly back away and get yourself outside for a stroll. Wandering legs produce a wandering mind, which, as it turns out, can actually be great for wandering out of whatever mental mud you're stuck in. So put on your jauntiest cap and jauntily jaunt the heck out of here. Could be that the tiniest creative spark you've been missing has been hiding out in the other side of the wall of bulletin boards. Wow, pile 4. You guys might have the most straightforward message of all the piles. Let's see. You have proliferation. I put quality control on hiatus and welcome prolific quantity of untamed delight. Qualities cool at some parties, but not when it invites its friend paralyzing scrutiny. So for now, I'll let my ideas proliferate like grass, and rather than agonize over every tiny blade, I'll let the whole darn field spring up. Once we're having a picnic, no one's gonna care what those blades are up to anyway. So more about rest, more about taking time for yourself, more about letting go of scrutiny. Only for me. I playfully, joyfully make things that are only for me to see. And remember, you don't need an audience to enjoy making stuff. Is there an audience that'll watch me listen to my favorite song? No. Do I need to show people what a nap looks like in order to love taking a nap? Double no. So 3 cheers for the doing of the thing, which makes me 3 times more cheerful than not doing it at all. So more about taking time for yourself. Pile 4, that is the message here. I feel like you guys really need to hear that. Maybe no one tells you that, but take time out for yourself. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot save other people and be the superwoman, superhuman, superman you want to be without taking care of yourself first. It just does not work like that. Break the routine. What are the enemies of creativity? Apathy, boredom, routine. And I suppose fascism, but that's a different conversation. Time to ditch those blood-inducing bedfellows and throw a little spice in your soup. If you paint, try painting with a dart in the dark or with a foot, preferably your own. If you write, do so in a forest or field or a bathroom full of nature pics. No matter the medium, you can make your makings make your day. Get your travel on with different materials, genres, even art forms. How else is the theremin ever going to get played? So yeah, change things up. And for some of you, that's going to be going for a walk as a part of your self-care. For some of you, that is going to be just like making tea, like taking time to yourself. So like, say for example, in the middle of your day you would normally take a break. For some of you, that's going to look like being like, you know what, like this is kind of tiring, and instead of moving on to the next thing without a break, I'm going to take a break right now. And all you're going to do is listen to music. You're going to do something creative. You could even get lost in doing something creative, as long as like it's something that you want to do and it's not stressful. So it's going to look different for everyone, but your routine could be very hectic and very work focused. Break that routine. Okay, so you guys have a lot of my handmade cards here. So let's see. Are you a witch or not? Harry Potter. So Ron said this to Hermione in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I'm like 90% sure that's where this quote comes from. It could be Prisoner of Azkaban or even the first movie. But anyway, so yeah, so some of you can manifest and you know how to manifest. So are you a witch or not? Are you a manifestor or not? Like, what, you know perfectly well that you have to be in alignment in order to manifest. Like, you can't be stressing out over stuff and expect it to come. You know perfectly well that that's not how it works. So act like you know. Like, are you a witch or not? You have yes you can. Yes you can. Oh, I love that for you guys. No matter how busy you are and you think like, oh, you can't do this, whatever, it's like, no, yes you can. Just like that affirmation just cuts through everything. Yes you can. Attack it from different angles. So this is another like break your routine card where some of you are a bit hesitant or a bit afraid to do something different. So attack the problem from different angles. Attack the situation from different angles. It's not going to look the same for everyone, but you do need to switch some things up. You need to see that new perspective and let go of the old so that you can make way for the new. Because there's no way that you're going to keep your strength while still staying in this energy. There is a message of movement here. You have to try something different. You have to let go of like all the stuff that you're stuck in. Let's see. There was an idea from Avengers. So Nick Fury said this when it was like toward the end of the first Avengers movie. So if you have an idea and like it doesn't kind of go the way that you planned, it's okay. You can still get toward your goal. But you have to be willing to make the changes, and you have to be willing to flow as well. So if something changes and it's like you didn't change it, it's just something that changed and it's outside of you, you can still kind of roll with it. You can like roll with the punches. You can flow with it, embrace the flow of life. So you don't have to be stuck. If you have an idea and things are not going the way you want them to go, you can still reach your goal. You don't have to be too hard on yourself, but you do have to open yourself up more so that you can change where you need to change. So lastly, you have write about what disturbs you, particularly if it bothers no one else, from the movie The Help. So that movie, for those of you who have not seen it or read the book, is about, there's someone writing about the experiences of Black women, particularly as like their jobs as the help. So this was back when like most Black women, they worked for white families as the help, and they were treated absolutely terribly. Like it was just the worst. Like, if you have not read that book, I highly suggest that you read it, just because I feel like it does something to you reading it. Like, it gives you a perspective that's not, I don't know, maybe it's been years since I read it, but I feel like it wasn't too preachy. Like, I feel like it just hit me like at the right time. So you guys might want to read that book or watch the movie if you don't want to read the book. But write about if there is something on your mind that does not quite sit well with you. Write it out, express it in any way that you can, because I get the feeling that with this pile, you guys could be going through something, and it seems like that something is only bothering you and it's not bothering anyone else. So it doesn't matter that you're the only one affected by this. You could be literally the only person in the entire world. That's probably not true, but even if it was, those emotions are still valid. So don't ever think that because you're the only one that you should just shut up and take it, or you should just like keep quiet or anything like that. You can express it. If like talking to other people about it might not help, or if you've done it and like you felt that they were not very supportive or anything like that, that doesn't mean that you should just like sweep it under the rug. You can still express yourself, write about it, work through it. I feel like for some of you, inner child work is going to come into play here, but don't ignore it, because the things that disturbs you, even if it doesn't bother anyone else, those are the things that are really important. Those are the things that you really need to pay attention to. Like truly, you really need to pay attention to that. It's going to play a part in keeping your strength, because if you leave something like that, then even though you may be working on your strength in other areas, this will still kind of keep you down to a certain level. It's like, imagine getting stronger, like you're working out and getting stronger, but you have like this huge like heavy object attached to your ankle. So you can still move about, you can still go about your life, but that thing that holds you back does not need to be there. Like, imagine how much freer you would be if you did not pretend that something was okay. Like, because it's not. Hang on, pile 4, before you go. This was like stuck, and I did not see it when I picked up your oracle cards, but you also have New Moon in Cancer, relax. So for some of you that are really freaking out, relax. Relax and trust in the flow. Okay, let's get you guys some runes. And some letters. And some charms. So if you're new here, hi, welcome. I don't actually look in here as I'm playing these charms. I just kind of shuffle around until I feel like it's time to take out some. Sometimes I take like more than one handful, but I'm about to go in here and get you guys some charms. So okay. All right, for your rune, ooh, you have Algus. So this rune represents elk. It's also about protection, shielding, warding off evil. It's really a good defense. It's also about like awakening as well. So it's funny how you got that and the help card here. So some of you really need to have a strong defense. That could be like defending people from your energy, like whichever way it applies to you. You guys really need to have a strong defense and protection. Let's see here. It's also about like connection with spirit as well, or with spirit guides. So for your letters, you have V, U, and B. You also have G and H. You have the number 2, 7 and 9. Okay, so for the numbers, 2, I always think of like the beginning stages of something, like diplomatic. I almost wanted to say teamwork there, but like support, like, and also insightfulness. For 7 and 9, 7 can be perfectionist. It could be just like in your head, introverted, like obsessive, and also spiritual. For number 9, I think of like the end of a cycle, like an almost completion. It could also be aloofness as well, because sometimes in order like to actually manifest something, the Are You or What You're Not card, you have to like kind of be aloof about it and kind of be a bit detached. Open-mindedness also comes to mind with 9. Also like diligence. Yeah, that last one was weird, but yeah. So you guys have the chrysocolla crystal, so I encourage you to look this one up. Ooh. Those numbers just went, I mean those letters just went flying. I think that was D that just flew off. I don't know, it's I gotta get it from the floor. But chrysocolla, this is a crystal that I encourage you to look up, but it's a healing crystal. It corresponds with the heart and the throat chakra. I feel like it's really good for healing the things that you like, that you know you need to heal, but also the things that kind of come along with that maybe you didn't know were there. This is the African jade. So the African jade is a stone of beauty. It also corresponds with the heart chakra. But there's also like a confidence and like a movement energy with this stone. So it's like moving forward in a positive way, like growing in a positive way. Yeah. So you have the shell here. So with the shell, I think of like the things that are inside and hidden. So just another kind of confirmation that if there is something inside of you that needs to come out. I feel like I got more, yeah, like with the write about what disturbs you and stuff. So like if there's something that's inside of you that needs to come out, it's not necessarily saying that you need to shout it to the world, but you at least need to reconcile it within yourself, whether that be through being creative, just doing shadow work, inner child healing, anything like that. It's going to be different for everyone, but you have to heal in that way. You have to know that it's there, and also heal yourself in that way, even though that that kind of healing is probably not a part of your everyday routine. You got to squeeze it in there somewhere, because if you don't, you'll always have like that kind of huge object, huge and heavy object attached to your ankle, and you're not going to be able to keep your strength, because some of your strength is just going to be carrying around that big heavy thing. So you guys got the gold bell. So the bells correspond to belief, and the color gold corresponds with success. It's also sun energy, could be solar plexus energy as well, but I mostly feel like success and wealth with this charm. So I want you guys to truly believe that when you want something, you can get it, even if you don't have to be like all gung-ho about it. When you work on yourself, you can accomplish your goals more easier. It will flow to you more easily. So yeah, and you guys did choose the tiger's eye as well. That just popped up in my head. So you guys might want to, if you have tiger's eye, or if you was thinking about tiger's eye, you may want to wear it more often, or just work with it more often, or look it up if you've never like even heard about that stone before. But thank you so much for letting me read for you. That is all I have for you, pile 4. If you liked it, please give the video a thumbs up, comment down below, and let me know how I did. If you like, you can join me on Instagram, TikTok, and Tumblr because I post over there as well. I post readings as well as just useful information over there. So I will see you guys soon in another video. Bye.